Immigrants, here to discuss the attitudes there in Massachusetts and a few other topics. Howie Carr, radio talk show host at WRKO Boston and a columnist with the Boston Herald and a regular here on America's Forum. Howie, we thank you for Skyping in with us this morning.
Thank you, JD. Always a pleasure.
So, Howie, we understand that in print and in television there is a disparity on the estimates of the crowd at that huge rally this past weekend. How many people do you think came out there?
Well, the lowball number from the police and the Globe, that the liberal Globe, was about 700. Jeff Cooner, the guy you just saw, he's my colleague at WRKO. He said 10,000. I'm guessing it was closer to 6,000 or 7,000. So closer to what Cooner said than what the Globe said. It was a huge turnout and much more than anybody had expected. The trolls, shall we say, on the internet were predicting 30 to 100 people would show up, and obviously it was a huge gathering.
So it's safe to say this rally against illegal immigration numbered in the thousands. Now you contrast this popular assembly there with what has transpired from Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick talking about bringing more illegals into the state. Yeah. Have there been illegal immigrant rallies there as well?
There have been a couple in that same general area on the Common right across from the State House, but they've been much smaller. They've been conducted on weekdays too, by the way. You'll notice this was conducted on a Saturday because most people have Saturday off if they work. Now, the problem with Deval Patrick is his administration has not given the straight story to the people from day one. First, they said they didn't know about planes coming into Hanscom and Logan. Then they said, oh, well, they're just being held in federal custody. Then they said they're not going to be held, the people aren't going to be held here for very long. There aren't any people going to be held here. Now, then they're going to not be held long. Now then they said it was 4 months they were going to hold them. And now they say, well, okay, you did catch us. There aren't any deportation hearings until 2017 for these people. So yeah, instead of 4 months, maybe they are going to stay 3 or 4 years. You know, they've just, they have no credibility left, Jeff. You know how JD, you know how this works. And the Globe, the liberal paper, did a poll last week, and they thought they would say, well, people in Massachusetts, the bluest of states, still support bringing these people in. I think they were rather shocked to find out that even when they tried to word the question for a positive response, it was still 50-50. Half of the people in the state want them gone as soon as possible. And when they said, what if the state has to assume any of the costs, which of course the state is going to have to assume, the number that wanted them here to remain in Massachusetts is 25%. It was 3 to 1 against them staying.
Well, we see that coming out of Massachusetts, and that certainly has implications at election time. But before you get to elections, there's actual governance that has to take place. Howie, your take on what's transpiring in Washington? You've got the Senate with the Harry Reid, Barack Obama package of close to $4 billion, what John Cornyn is terming a skin-down package from the House. And all this taking place in this week before Congress takes its August vacation recess. Do you think the pressure is on Congress to pass something, anything, or do you think it's better that Congress just say no when it comes to any legislation on the border?
I don't know, JD, you've been in Congress. You know better than me how things work. I think it would be better just to say no. I mean, this is obviously a pork-laden project. I mean, even by the Democrats' own reckoning, a lot of this money is going to go to lawyers for the illegal aliens. So in other words, and then they're going to hire more judges to hear the cases against the illegal aliens. So the U.S. taxpayer is paying for the lawyers that are going to be acting on behalf of the illegals, and also the lawyers that are going to be supposedly trying to get them deported, and the judges who are obviously going to be in favor of keeping the illegals in. I mean, why do we need to spend this kind of money? It's ridiculous. It's a total waste. I mean, it would be much cheaper to put them on first-class air flights back to wherever they came from.
Howie, on this topic, we began our conversation with the disparate reports in the Boston media, and Bias in the media is something you often expose in your time with us, and we do appreciate all your insights on that. Concerning bias in the mainstream media, Sarah Palin has decided to create the Sarah Palin channel. I guess you can get it online, saying she's fed up with traditional media outlets. Let's take a listen to Governor Palin making the announcement, and we'll get your reaction. Here is Governor Sarah Palin talking about why she's creating the Sarah Palin channel.
Are you tired of the media filters? Well, I am. I always have been. So we're going to do something about it. I want to talk directly to you on our channel, on my terms, and no need to please the powers that be. Most importantly, I want you to talk directly to me. That's what I'm most anxious about, hearing from you.
So, Howie, the first question, and the most obvious one, I believe, is this. Why is Sarah Palin choosing to launch this channel right now?
JD, it seems like she's in some kind of a high school relationship with Roger Ailes from Fox. I mean, he had her on for a while, then he got rid of her. Then I thought he brought her back, and now I guess she's gone because she's trying to set up her own channel here. I think the important words, though, that I read that jumped out at me, JD, were subscription based. That means you have to pay to get this channel, $9.99 a month. I don't like media filters, and you don't either. But I guess in a way we are media filters, and we don't cost anybody anything.
Well, Howie, that'll have to be the last word on that. As always, we thank you for your perspective, and we look forward to our next visit with you. Thanks so much, Howie Carr.
Thanks, JJ.
All right, you heard what Howie had to say on illegal immigration and the Sarah Palin channel. Do you have some thoughts you'd like to pass along? We welcome those thoughts via social media. Tweet them to us at NewsmaxTV, #America's Forum, and our program continues following this message.